Okay, this one's about trauma bonds and soul ties and twin flame relationships, soulmate relationships. Yeah, let's dive right in there. So there's been a lot of buzz. Everybody kind of know a bit about what a trauma bond may be, what a soulmate may be, what a twin flame may be, because we've all had at least one relationship. Now, actually, I'm gonna talk about negative twin flame, and I'm going to post a link to a article that changed my life and opened up my world to what an actual negative twin flame is, because there's millions of things written about twin flames, but nothing about the other side of the coin. And what we must not forget in life, that no form of abuse is right, not giving or receiving abuse. We have to grow as individuals. We're all here to grow ourselves, or we're all here to grow. And if you want to change your life, what you have to understand, that responsibility is in your hands. And sometimes other people won't change with you, and in fact, when you want to change, 9 times out of 10 you change on your own, because it's your growth and evolution. And obviously we love people and it isn't easy walking away, but the truth be known is, you can't lose your soul trying to save someone else who's got no intention of changing, and just gonna drag you down with them. So I believe in reincarnation, so this video is going to be talking from a reincarnation perspective. So if you imagine that we've all been reincarnating now for eons, and there's lots of philosophies out there why we're here, the 36,000 year cycle, Atlantis, the Arcadian race, all kinds of different things that have been said where our origins, the Egyptians, Kemet, Africa, Native American teachings. We've all got, there's a lot of different teachings out there in the world, okay? But none of us are really that happy. The majority of us in the world, we're all battling with something, some addiction, some kind of trauma, some kind of hidden secret, because we all bury our emotions down sometimes. And we're kind of got used to suffering, I think. And the reason for that is because we keep on reincarnating and kicking up with these people that we have familiarity with. And familiarity always breeds contempt anyway, in from my experience. But because you should never make someone get so familiar. If you imagine a seed, I always use this analogy in my videos. You plant a seed and it's going to go into a plant, and every single day that it's going to get new leaves and new branches and new little offshoots, and that it's changing every day until when it dies. If it's not changing and it's dead, that's why when a plant, like a part of a plant limb, is kind of beyond repair, we have to cut it off. And it's the same with people. If we are not growing in our relationships, we have to cut them off as well. And I know it is hard for us to do. Now, a negative twin flame, when you're around them, you just don't feel good. And a lot of time, we get this relationship before the big, the big twin flame or whatever, or the new life direction. So here is what I feel the true twin flame is. Not the twin flame when you get together because you were drawn to them and you had to break up their previous relationship to get with them. Not the twin flame that you're now with, who hits you and treats you like crap and you don't feel like happy around, but you stay with them because they're your twin flame and they're your soulmate. But the twin flame that sets you free, the twin flame where you both grow as individuals. You've got your life and they've got their life, and you have this third thing that you you create, because we mustn't forget that any relationship we create with anyone is always a third entity. So when we enter into a love relationship, with just one other person in this example, we have the relationship. For a healthy relationship, you should have a relationship with yourself. The other party should have a relationship with themselves as well. And then you two should have a relationship together and us, and you should always be nurturing, growing. Everyone should feel safe in a relationship to voice their views without the threat of put downs, violence, aggression, silent treatment, any form of abuse, and that's what a true twin flame relationship is. And if you've got that and there's no destruction there, then yay, should I be a bit more enthusiastic? Yay! But well done. But 9 times out of 10 we don't. We have these traumatic relationships and we call them twin flame, soulmate relationships, but they are actually negative twin flame relationships, because no real true love relationships should have arguments day in and day out, abuse day in and day out, a feeling of need, clinginess, life or death element to it. It should be calm. It should be two people coming together, or whatever your relationship terms are, and flowing in a direction. Everyone should be happy. Everyone's needs in the relationship should be getting met. So a soulmate is someone who sees your light and sees your shadow and loves them both and brings out the best and encourages you to bring out the best in you, and doesn't gaslight you, doesn't put you down, doesn't use money or your children or anything else as a bargaining tool to keep you there, or to make you feel afraid. So a lot of us on this planet are actually involved in soul ties, karmatic payback, where we have to get out of our soul trauma, because a lot of our traumas go back to, going back to my personal experience. People used to tell me all the time, it's not like I didn't have people come in my life and tell me, oh, this person's taking a mick with you, or you're too nice, or you're too kind. It's just that there was just something in my soul. It was a pity, a self-pity. It was beyond the things that happened in my childhood, and once I broke free from all of that, it is like I can't explain it. I'm happy every day now because that weight's gone. I used to get defensive over even mentioning any of my flaws, because throughout my childhood it was just always my flaws that were brought up, so you get defensive over that stuff, and that makes you always go out into the world with like a sort of chip on your shoulder and thinking that in some ways people are going to be a certain way, so you kind of become your own police person or your own parent, and you just fall into this pattern of expecting less. And a lot of us get there, or we get into a pattern of wanting drama, because don't forget, when you've been brought up with a narcissistic parent, and especially in a traumatic household or any kind of household where there was always drama all the time, that is like your norm. You've programmed that subconsciously in your mind as your norm. So that's why it's so important to take them steps to reprogram your subconscious mind. And it's not as hard as it may sound. It takes a while, can take anything from 18 months up to 5 years, but it's better than a lifetime of suffering. It's all about listening to people that inspire you. Anytime when you're driving, you're on your commute, you're falling asleep, just put it on. Even when you're watching your television programs, just have it playing low. Any sort of motivational speaker like Ogmandino, Louise Hay, Florence Scovel Sin, Alan Watts, Marcus Aurelius. James Allen. They're very soothing, very, very grounding kind of talks that put your mind into perspective. Because this soul tie thing is stopping people from actually incarnate. Because what I've talked about reincarnation. Incarnation is we all come back. We got to work through our karma, and then we are meant to be like the phoenix. So if you take any movie that's out there, there's always like any hero kind of movie. The hero's got a problem, they've got to solve the problem, they've got they go through some trauma, then they have a choice. They're either going to keep down in the depression, or they're going to break through, to fight through, and they'll rise like a phoenix out of the ashes. That's what incarnation is. We've come here to let go of our past, our soul past, whatever they may be. So it's very important to realise the test is the fruits of the labours, to quote a Christian scripture here from the Bible, and that is, if the proof is in the pudding, basically, if the relationship is constantly making you feel bad, not uplifting you, and it's going nowhere, it's not the right one for you, and you can call it twin flame, soulmate, and we have to be together because we've been together for all these lifetimes. Yeah, but is the relationship productive? What made me walk away from all my letting go from my stale friendships, my love relationship and family bonds is they weren't productive. What's the point in adding to your own suffering? And there's so much potential out there, and everything's changing now. We live in a world now where people are openly talking about their emotions, and I will keep on banging this on in every single video. One man's trash is another man's treasure. One woman's trash is another woman's treasure, to keep it all equal and fair and stuff. We can't keep on creating relationships, situationships in the name of twin flames, soul ties, soulmates, connections. So yeah, this is part 1. There will be a part 2. Yeah, because a lot of us are trauma bonded, soul trauma bonded to these types of relationship. It goes a lot deeper than just this lifetime with this person. And if you're calling these people your soulmate or twin flame, then 9 times out of 10 you believe that you've lived many lifetimes with them, and that's correct. And the pattern of the relationship, the quality of your relationship that you're having with them now is probably more than likely the level of the relationship you've always been having with them. So, and it's kind of like an entrenched soul trauma bond, so deep that you've become intoxicated with the idea of being in love or being in some sort of perfection with this person, especially if the relationship is not productive. If there's always arguments, making up and breaking up, cheating, all that kind of put down 1 minute and then rising you up, or you're doing that, any form of abuse and any end, whether it's you or them, is not good. So we have to start getting real about these terms that we throw around, like soulmate, twin flame, and we're meant to be together, because the proof is always in the relationship. The test, if you're meant to be together, will come from what sort of relationship you've got together. Are you happy? Do people feel happy around you, or you're one of those couples that people don't like to be around, but you're twin flames and you're soulmates, so yeah, I think I'll leave this video with you, that for food for thought. We keep on giving love a bad name, as Bon Jovi would say, because we are confusing hate and negative emotions like game playing the push and pull, the feel of the chase with actual deep, mature love bonding, which is, you know, give and take. So yeah, I'm going to end this now. Part 2 will be coming.